The IEC says online voter registration campaigns, that is taking place from today up until the 3rd of March. This is for the provincial and national elections. There are reports of faults with the system. So let's get an update now, and we're joined by Mawethu Mosery. He is the Deputy Chief Electoral Officer. Mr. Mosery, thank you very much for your time. Let's start with why this campaign so early on. It's quite clear. You obviously want to encourage people to register to vote, but my goodness, the elections are only next year. Why so early?
Good morning, Toli. Good morning to your viewers. It's indeed early, but if you count days and months, we are indeed somewhere around 14 months to a possible date of election. Remember, our term of office will end on the 22nd of May, 2024. That means we have just about 90 days from that date, which takes us to about the 10th of August, 2024. During that 90-day period, an election date could be there. So we are indeed on time in terms of starting early and encouraging particularly our young voters who would be new voters. And certainly we are aware that they prefer technology and digital platforms to do various things. Yeah. And we thought that it might be good to go out at this point and test it out, get people to be active on it. And obviously, we are keen on young voters who would be voting for the first time, that they are encouraged to do so. But it helps us when we do open voting stations, because for voter registration, that we will not be clogged up with long queues. However, for the election, we still have to vote in person.
The trends, Mr. Mosery, the trends between national and provincial elections, which is what is going to happen next year, versus local government elections. Voter turnout usually is low when it is local government elections. It may be a whole host of things, many observers have told us. But what is the trend when it comes to national and provincial elections? Do you find that there are usually more people that come out in their numbers to go and vote?
Actually, if you compare national provincial elections to local government elections, the trend is similar. We, for the past 2-3 general elections for both local government and national and provinces, we have been on a downward trend in terms of voter participation. Although the trend indicates that for national and provincial elections, we are on a higher percentage of participation. We are above 55% participation for national and provincial elections, whereas for local government, we took a very big turn in 2021 to be below 50% voter participation for the first time. And therefore, we are indeed concerned with getting South Africans at the polling booths and participating in that democratic process. The indicators are also saying to us, for the past 5 local government elections, other than 2021, we were on an upward trend in local government. Yeah. However, the 2021 trend has thrown us out of sync with what we were used to in terms of local government.
Sure. Let's then focus the attention on voter apathy, or what discourages people from turning up, whether it is for exactly what you are about to do now, which is a voter registration campaign. A lot of observers will tell you that political disillusionment is part and parcel of why people choose to simply stay away, because they're saying, because my party is not doing what I expect it to do, I can't see myself voting for another political party, so I'd rather stay home. Another element here, Mr. Mosery, that could add to this kind of thing that I've just described is now the Electoral Amendment Bill. We know that Parliament has until the 28th of this month that we're in to finalize this bill. And if finalized, it will allow, for the first time in the country, independents who are going to stand for elections. Now, that's something that could encourage some voters. Do you think that this stands in the way of encouraging people if this bill is not finalized soon?
Actually, you've been very correct, especially with the terminology you've used about the indicators in terms of our voter participation, our voter turnout on election day. It is not so much apathy in South Africa. In the research that we've done over the past 20 years, it points at one major reason being disillusioned voters. That those disillusioned voters also cite the issue of mistrust either of those elected or the political parties themselves or the whole state governance environment. And that element of mistrust leading to disillusionment is quite significant for South Africa. So we are dealing with citizens and voters who know their civic duty to participate, who know how to participate, but they are just lost at why they should participate. And our duty as the Electoral Commission is to continue to encourage them.
Okay.
Yes, the inclusion of independent candidates may improve this environment, but let's also not pin too much hope on the change of the electoral system, because currently in local government we have a similar system and it's not changing the trend in terms of disillusioned voters. We are very hopeful that Parliament will conclude on this bill, because as the Electoral Commission we are keen on starting the preparations in terms of the new electoral system framework, and we are in that space, and the program that is shared with us by Parliament is promising that the bill will be concluded in time.
All right, final question, out of time. Where do people go then to register to vote? Because your campaign starts today, as we said, up until the 3rd of March.
Correct, Toli. People must go on either our website, and there they will find register online and an icon for that, and they follow the prompts from there onwards. But also those on mobile gadgets, they could download an app of Register Online or Election app, and they'll be able to follow the prompts from there. It is indeed a facility for those who have access to wireless and or data. And obviously, we are still in our plans to open voting station at some point this year for a full-on at the voting station registration of voters.
Mawethu Mosery, thank you very much for your time.